And hello, everyone. Thank you for watching this video today and for joining us. We're blessed to be joined by two representatives from the Baltimore County Department of Economic and Workforce Development. We're joined by Todd Dolbin, the Senior Manager of Economic Development, and Neishall, Schuyler, the WIOA Operations Manager. And we'll dive a little bit deeper into what you both do in your roles. But
Sure.
My first question for you today is, what are the cultural attractions and lifestyle perks of living and working in Baltimore County?
Sure. Thanks for having us today. So Baltimore County, we're very lucky in having a very diverse attractions for the residents and for our neighboring jurisdictions. Actually, just this past week, we finished the hosting the World Championship for lacrosse. So we had countries from all over the world coming here to Towson and use Towson University as their fields for that event. Also, we have Fleet Week, which we have some large ships coming in. We do that every year. And also we have a international cycling event also coming to Baltimore County as well. But really, as far as lifestyle and the quality of life, it really comes down to the main things is education. We have a great education system for kids, for families. Universities, a lot of local universities between Towson University, Stevenson, Goucher, our community colleges, and UMBC. We have a lot of resources for education. And also safety. Baltimore County really prides itself on really increasing our police presence and safety for our residents throughout the county. So especially in around Towson and the west side and east side of the county as well. So in addition to all of that, we have an incredible coastline full of beaches right along the Chesapeake. So between all the universities and all the events that we're hosting, and also the schools and quality of education, Baltimore County has a great place to live. And on top of that, we have plenty of jobs available in many different industries.
Thank you, Todd. I want to go to the beach now.
Yeah.
May I ask, related to those industries, what are the most in-demand industries in Baltimore County?
Sure. So to give you an idea and a scope of the size of Baltimore County's economy, our county's economy is about $53 billion. That's our GDP. And to give you a scope of that, if Baltimore County were a state, our economy is actually larger than 5 states in the country. So we do have a very robust local GDP. So our GDP really is made up of we identified 9 in-demand industries. I'm going to cover maybe the first 6 or so, but really one of the main ones that's growing is the healthcare industry, anything in the healthcare industry. So assisted living or life sciences, hospitals, clinics, those are our major employers, and all of them are calling us every day saying they need people. And it ranges from everything from doctors to just internal staff. That's a really big industry. The next one is cyber and IT. So anything in the cyber and IT area, and that cuts across all industries. So pretty much any industry needs that skill set. So that's another one that's really growing. The construction industry, we have a lot of developments going throughout the county, and there's always a demand for anything in the construction industry. So you don't have to necessarily be a construction worker. There's many opportunities within that industry that are really great opportunities for students coming right out of college. Also, we have transportation, distribution, logistics. As everyone knows, there's been a shift in the last several years of, not everyone goes out shopping for things. A lot of it's purchased online. And as a result of that, the transportation, distribution, and logistics industry has exploded. And with Baltimore's location on the East Coast, many of these logistic providers are using Baltimore as the hub to reach the entire East Coast population. So that ranges from anywhere from anybody in the trucking industry, but also a lot of internal logistics staff and business development staff for that industry. Real estate and rental leasing, property management is always growing because there's always demand for new office space and real estate in the county. And the last one is professional services. So anything in the banking, finance, engineering, consulting, those are also major growing industries. Now, looking to the future, industries that are on the horizon, one of the big ones is offshore wind. Offshore wind is really going to be the next big thing for the East Coast, and it's already been very well established in Europe, but not so much in the United States. Every year, the federal government approves more offshore wind sites, and this industry is actually looking for a home on the East Coast, and Baltimore is perfectly positioned for this industry. So with this industry, it includes pretty much any type of skill set available, because this industry doesn't exist yet here, and it's going to be thousands and thousands of new workers needed for this industry. So if you're interested at all in offshore wind, that's an industry that is going to be growing here in the Baltimore area.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing those projections, especially helpful for our graduating students to be thinking about what's happening in this region, as well as some of our undergraduate students, first year and second year students, to think about the skills and connections they can make now.
Absolutely.
May I ask next, what are the most in-demand skills related to those industries, potentially? What are the most in-demand skills in Baltimore County, and how may students leverage their liberal arts degree to meet employers' needs?
You can never find the unmute button when you need it. So again, thank you, Daniel. We appreciate being given the opportunity. What's interesting here is that with Baltimore County being such a eclectic mix of industries, your liberal arts degree really can take you anywhere. And I think that's the point that as a liberal arts major myself, so I understand that. And what our employers are really looking for is not necessarily the nuts and bolts of the job itself. Every employer will teach you how to do it their way. What they want is someone that has the ability to communicate well, show up for work on time, is committed to not only the employer, but doing the best job that they can do for themselves and the company. So anything from someone with a degree in art to someone with, because we're working with customers now that have anything from no high school diploma to PhD level. So it runs the gamut of what employers are really looking for, and as well as the skill set that we're serving. So you could work for in the education system here without, with no reservations. And Todd was talking about the offshore wind industry. Those are things where you can be someone in the office, or someone that likes to work outside, working with your hands. You can be in the big tube, I call it the big tube, welding something or painting. So although coming out with a liberal arts degree, you may actually need some additional certifications to do some different types of work. If you want to come out and think, you know what, I got this liberal arts degree, but I really love to work with my hands. I want to be a welder. I want to be a painter. I want to be an electrician. So we also help our job seekers make connections with apprenticeship programs. Yeah.
And I agree with what Neishall said, is that for all these industries that we're working with, they are looking for people that are interested and that are driven and that are proactive. So regardless of your background, it's really what your drive is and what your interests are. And you can find something in any of these industries that actually, hit what your interests are. And you don't necessarily have to have a degree in logistics to figure out and work for Amazon and identify where the best markets are, or trying to find how to, for customer service. There's so many opportunities in all the different industries. And it's really comes down to your career interests and your soft skills.
And in addition to that, what's also going to be important here is that there needs to be some career exploration as well. Sometimes you'll hear manufacturing and you'll think of, your grandparents or great grandparents in this old, dusty, confined space. manufacturing is not just that anymore. There are everything from making widgets to small microchips. I mean, it's just different. So doing some career exploration, I think, would be appropriate, because what we hear a lot of times is that you don't know what you don't see. And a lot of times we don't see what's out there in these industries. As Todd was saying, transportation, distribution, and logistics covers the gamut of everything. So do some exploration to see what's out there.
I love this advice. And Neishall, I love that earlier you also referenced some of the apprenticeship programs and the connections that students can continue to make either while they're in college or after college. So just keeping that open mindset, that growth mindset, keep learning, exploring, and identifying those passion areas. So,
and what's also in transferable skill, well, we call them transferable skills. There are skills that our people have from college or other work that will translate or transfer over to another industry. Let's say, you may have been working in hotel restaurant industry and customer service. Well, those same customer service skills could work in any other industry. So don't limit yourself thinking that you've now pigeonholed yourself to whatever it is you're in. Expand your horizons. There's plenty of opportunity out there.
Very inspiring. Thank you. Thank you. I have one question left for you, and I think this will help us tie it all together, which is, what are the resources that you have available to job seekers?
The main resource that I have are my professionally trained staff. The staff have been trained as global career development facilitators, which means they actually help you learn the job market and the labor market information that's out there, and match your skills with not only with what you're interested in, but also what employers are willing to hire you for. I always say to customers all the time, I know that you love to make baskets, and basket weaving is a passion for you, but who's going to pay you to do that? So you have to, if you are in the artistic field, maybe you can't make baskets anymore, but maybe you could be someone that works in animation. So the main resource I have are the staff, but we also have interest and aptitude assessments that customers can take that will help align their interests with what employers are looking for. There's also the ability to receive additional training. And because WIOA, and I won't use that, Workforce Innovation Opportunity Act, we refer to it as WIOA, also has the ability to pay for training for our job seekers. We don't pay for college degrees, but we can pay for certifications and the like. Yes. Yeah.
Wonderful. That's extremely wonderful context. With this video, of course, I will share your contact information so that our students, recent graduates, alumni, know how to reach out and connect. I just want to say thank you again for both of you for taking the time to share this information. Really look forward to continuing this partnership and helping our students connect within the region.
Thank you, Daniel.
Absolutely. No problem. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.